Hello everyone and welcome for this new tutorial. First of all, I wanted to thank you all for the 1000 subscribers. It's very cool, thank you for the support. Today we will see the newest feature of Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine just released the 5.4 preview that we can all use, and there is a lot of nice new features that we can use. And today we will see one of them, which is the Modular Control Rig. That's a tool that we can use. It will help us create a control rig very easily for any character. So we'll jump in Unreal and we'll go see how to use it. Okay, so here we are in Unreal. I am simply on the 5.4. If you want to download it, I will show you how to download it. If you go into Epic Game, into the library, in here there is the engine version, and you can click on the plus and you can choose on the first one. There will be the 5.4 preview and you can download it and use it. I'm on the first person template on the 5.4, and we can go and we can find our mannequin. We have our mannequin with all of its previous rig. We're gonna go into the meshes, and in here we can right click and go into animation, and into control rig we have the control rig that we use normally. We'll click on this and there will be a new box, and it will ask, do we want a control rig, the normal control rig, or do we want the modular rig? Us, we will choose the modular rig, which is the new one. We click on create. We'll call this M for modular and CR for control rig. We'll call this player. And if I go inside, we can see that when I get into the control rig, there is nothing. First, we will go into the preview scene, and into the preview mesh, we'll choose our skeleton. We'll use the skeleton mesh queen. Okay. And here we have our skeleton. We'll compile and save. And now we can see in here, I changed in here the settings, I put it on tiles and the thumbnail size on medium. It will be easier for us to see what's going on. And we can see that we have different rig modules that we can use. If Unreal can figure it out how your skeleton looks, it will actually give you advice on stuff that you can use. In here, if I mouse over, it says that on the spine 1 socket, I can drag and drop the spine module here, because it recognizes that this is a spine, as the name is spine. So it tells us to drag and drop the spine module here. So we're gonna go and find the spine. To have the spine module, we will drag it onto this, and straight away, without doing anything, the control rig is created, and we can actually test it out. If I click on this, if I go into the rotation, if I use it, we can see that we have a control rig totally out of the box by doing absolutely nothing. So that's kind of crazy. It's working perfectly fine. And the more crazy is that now it gives us more stuff that we can add. It's figured out that in here I have the shoulder right, and it said that place the shoulder module here. So if I go and get the shoulder module, which is this one, I can drag and drop in here, and automatically it's gonna create the shoulder control. Now I have this one that appear, and it says that we can place the arm module in here on the end right socket. I'm gonna go and get our arm, and we get a control rig straight away. For example, everything is working perfectly by doing absolutely nothing. Unreal is actually showing us what we should do and what stuff we could apply. And we're just doing it. If we go into the arm, we can actually go into the detail panel, and we have a lot of stuff that we can change. Us, we'll just do the F key, I key default. And if we do that, we can see that he actually created this control with this little box, and now we have an IK rig with the elbow. It's exactly the same thing that we did on my previous video on control rig. It's the exact same thing, but it took us 2 seconds. And we can do that for each of the bones of our character. Now if I go and check his finger, we can see that there is the finger. And if we go there, we can see that there is a finger module. I could actually drag and drop in here onto the finger, and the thumb will be ready. You can do the same for each of the finger. I got the crash. Nice. So that's normal. It's the preview of the 5.4, so there will be some crash. It's okay, we'll send and restart. That's something that could happen if in the new features. We will just reopen the project. We will go into our control rig. Okay, and we lost everything. Put tiles, medium. So make sure to always save when you are working with the new feature, because sometimes it can crash as you saw. So we just re-add everything. I will drag and drop a spine here. I will compile and save to make sure it doesn't crash. Shoulder in here, compile and save. The arm there, compile and save. I'm gonna go into the arm and into the detail panel. I'm gonna click again the F key, I key default. Up, and I will save. And now, as a normal control rig, we can actually place the control rig onto the scene and use it to create some new animation. If I drag and drop this control rig, I'm gonna slow the camera. We can see our control rig there, and we can actually play with it. Up, we could move this like that and create an animation by creating a control rig, and it took us like 5 minutes to create the control rig. So that's pretty cool. Now you're probably thinking, okay, that's the mannequin of Unreal, that's the default mannequin, so it's probably made to work straight away. But I will show you with one of the characters I've created. In one of the previous video, I did a control rig. I did a basic control rig for a bunny character. We will go back into that project and we will see how it goes. Okay, so if you remember, if you go back to the control rig video and all the video we did about this little bunny game, we made our own control rig. If I go into my character, we have our control rig that we have created for our bunny. We have this control rig, which is kind of complicated. We took some time to make it. But now we will try with the modular control rig and we will see if we can make this a little bit faster. Let's go and create a new into animation control rig. We create a modular rig. Let's create that. Modular control rig underscore bunny. Let's make sure to always save to not have the game crash and lose all of our progress. Okay. I'm gonna put tile again and medium. Compile and save. We will change the preview mesh to be the bunny. And here is our little bunny. We can see it found the hip socket and it said that we can drag and drop a module here. For our hip socket, it will be the start of our spine. So we reuse the spine onto this. The spine start bone, and we need to specify the spine start bone and the spine end bone. We choose the spine, and for the spine end bone, we should choose the spine 2. Okay, so we have our spine. We didn't put the pelvis bones, otherwise it's not working. So we have our spine. Now we will see in here, we have a lot of control, a lot of socket created into our character. The thing is, they are not placed onto our bunny bones. So I will go into the neck and I will create a new socket. This will be the neck socket. We will leave it like that. So we have the neck socket. Into this neck, we will add the neck module. Drag and drop the neck module. And we will set up everything. The neck start bone will be neck. And the head bone will be head. We cannot really see it because it's very small. The bunny has a big head. We're going to go into the control and we're going to change some of the value. We have shape, transform, let's change the scale to be something like 6, 6, and 20 maybe. It's not big enough. That's very big. 10, 10. And you're just gonna place it a little bit up. We just increase this to be 35. And now if I take this control, I can actually move the head like that, looking up and down. My head is special because the next start bone is actually called head, and the head bone will be the end. It's okay, the one that we actually want is this one, which is the actual neck. You can move the head of the bunny like that. I'm gonna create a socket for my arm. For my arm, the socket will be the left arm. New socket, up. Okay, perfect. Let's place this into our left arm socket. And the shoulder bone will be our left shoulder. The hand will be our left hand. That's pretty cool. Okay, so to have something a little bit better, I actually choose that our shoulder bones will be the left arm and the hand bone will be the left hand. And now I have the control on each of my bones of my arm. See that we can actually move them. The circle is not on the good rotation, but it's okay. We'll keep it like that. I didn't find a way to change it. Maybe there will be a way, or maybe there is a way, but I didn't find it. But it's okay. We're gonna add a socket for the other arm. Let's go into the read hierarchy and into the right arm. We will create a new socket. Up. Now we have our socket there. Can drag and drop my arm inside. We will have the right, for the hand bone, we will choose right hand, and for the shoulder bones, we choose the right arm. It will be good for us. Okay, perfect. Now let's work with the legs. I'm gonna go into, let me check, it should be the left up leg. We'll create a new socket. And the right up leg will create a new socket. Gonna add a leg control. Gonna choose the right up leg. Then the tailbone will be the right up leg. Pelvis is the hips. The foot bone will be the right foot. Okay. Let me see into the detail if I can actually change some of the stuff. Up. We have an issue with the FK high key default. It was working with the mannequin, but it's not really working with our bunny. I think there is more stuff to configure. I think we can configure the primary axis and find the good one. But we'll see that in another time if I can figure it out. This can actually work. You can actually set up like that. That's pretty nice. Can do the same for the other leg. And here we have some kind of control rig. It's not perfect. There is probably more stuff to set up into the socket. But to make something very simple, it's actually kind of working. I can now drag my modular control rig. And I could actually use it now to create an animation. If I place my control rig that I've created last time, we can see that we have kind of the same stuff. We don't have the control for the elbow and the knee. That's the only thing that we miss. But to actually create something simple, this is actually pretty cool and pretty fast. We didn't have to learn a lot about control rig. We just put it there, we just set up the rig module, and everything is working perfectly fine. That's it for today. I hope you like this video. If you do, please leave a like and subscribe if you don't want to miss the next video. There is a lot of stuff that we can see into the 5.4. There is a lot of new stuff. Into the next video, we will see some of the new features of the 5.4. And one that I really want to check is the PCG biome. We'll be able to create some biome with trees and stuff like that into PCG. And another cool stuff with PCG now, we can actually change or PCG or generate with PCG on the runtime. So that means when the game is playing, so we can actually create some procedural stuff automatically in a game. So that's pretty cool. But for now it's over and we will see you on the next video.